everybody. I am in Salt Lake City. This is my customer group. I'm in Salt Lake City with some great doTERRA leaders. We're getting some business training to learn how to best educate people about essential oils. And I met this amazing woman, and this other amazing woman too. She's a nurse, RN in Ontario, correct? And then this is Dr. Laurie Langfit, who is a holistic nutritionist and is also a leader with doTERRA. And she has some really great information about cleanses. So, Dr. Langfit, or Laurie, I should say, would you share a little bit about your background?
Well, for 30 years, I've worked in a clinic setting where people come in and tell you all their problems, and you try and come up with a program, some kind of alternative approach to solve their problem, whether it be warts or needing to grow new hair or stomach issues or, a little bit of laryngitis like what I have right now. What kind of natural things can you do to resolve that? Also work with a lot of people that just want to keep their optimal health, or athletes. Believe it or not, I've actually worked with a lot of horses and sled dogs and animals. My mentor that I learned from also trained and taught veterinarians how to use nutrition and homeopathy and essential oils. Wow. So in 2011, I added doTERRA to my practice in January. And the reason I added doTERRA is I wanted their oils specifically because they're potent and they're pure. And like right now, I can go in tonight and I can gargle with some On Guard. You can actually drink them, use them in recipes. Other essential oil brands, you should not do that at all because you don't know if they're potent and you don't know if they're pure. Mm-hmm. So when I first got into doTERRA, I was definitely what's called a supplement snob. If I could get a hold of the best supplements in the world, and you have to be a doctor to even have an account with these companies and get them. So like Standard Process Labs, Biotics Research, Premier Research Labs, King Bio, all these fancy companies, you have to have a degree of some type to even have an account with them and get their products. Well, I've got this fancy technology in my office where I can scan people, and it shows me what stressors they have, what's going on in their body. I can check for yeast, mold, fungus, parasites, metals, all different kinds of things, emotional problems, and then I can scan them on supplements and oils and homeopathy. And I'll be doing doTERRA supplements would just routinely test in there just as high as the best things I could get in the world. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So for the first year and a half or so that I was in doTERRA, I used just the oils. In fact, you might want to look up the word limonene.
Limonene.
If you just look that up, you would be really amazed. And that's in the peel of citrus fruits. So, of course, we use the lemon oil in the cleanse. Mm-hmm. We use the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And that's something now I know that people don't really ever want to be without. Because you get more energy. It really helps improve your mood. You get rid of all kinds of soreness. It's well worth it just for how much energy it gives you naturally. Mm-hmm. There are no stimulants in there. We actually did this little experiment in my office where we added up all the different ingredients that are in Lifelong Vitality Pack. And if you bought it at a health food store or doctor's clinic or whatever, you would leave with 15 to 20 bottles and you'd probably spend around $600.
Wow.
And so you get that Lifelong Vitality Pack for what, $79?
Yes, exactly.
And then the DDR cleans up damaged DNA, damaged cells. It's just great for all kinds of things. And the GX Assist has a little bit of oregano in there, lemongrass, melaleuca. Anytime you can keep the microbes knocked down in your system, it's going to help your whole immune system. But especially knowing how to keep your gut healthy has to do with making your neurotransmitters. There's a brain connection, keeping you healthy. So GX Assist, it's really interesting to go through on a cleanse page with people. Because you can hear, like, some people just take one and it can kind of burn their belly a little bit. It doesn't burn my belly at all. Heck, I could probably take 6 and it wouldn't burn my belly. But there's just important things to know about taking them with food and how many and for how many days, what probiotics do in your body. the digestive enzymes, Terrazyme that doTERRA has. We recommend that everyone take those all the time because most people are eating too much cooked or processed food. But you can actually open the Terrazyme in some applesauce or in something. It'll actually turn it to liquid. So sometimes I have people even take those on an empty stomach to get rid of undigested food. And the cleanse, you can lose some weight on the cleanse, but that's really not the purpose of it. I did have one of my best girlfriends lost 25 pounds in about 60 days. We did it 2 months back to back.
Yes.
And because it helped her digestion so much, she got rid of a lot of undigested food. So just helping with your absorption. And it's not a cleanse where you're going to go to the bathroom a lot and be stuck on the pot. You're not going to be getting diarrhea and weird things happening. So what I like about the cleanse is it helps your whole endocrine system. So the way they designed it, one of my favorite products is the Zendocrine Complex. I wish I had a bottle with me. I probably have some in my room.
Oh, yeah.
That's a white bottle with the orange label. And a lot of people have never tried that product. It has milk thistle in there,
Yes.
dandelion root, barberry, a little bit of psyllium. So it's excellent nutrition for your liver. You can take it year round. And of course, as you start cleaning that liver, you really want to have healthier bowel movements. And there's some Zendocrine oil that you can rub on your feet or put right
over your liver.
Zendocrine gel caps. So it's fun to go through a cleanse page with everybody.
Yeah.
Even if you just have some of the products on hands to learn. Like I can see on your cleanse page, it's really well organized. That's what we do on ours as well. Special speakers come in and talk about the importance of hydration. I did a really great video on, the 3 different kinds of Zendocrine, how to use it. So when you can go through it together and you can get some interaction on the page and stuff, it's very great, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to do a special little kits one even on ours, and I saw that you had some recipes saved and so forth. So we don't really worry about exactly what kind of diet a person is doing.
I was going to ask about diet. If you're on a cleanse, do you need a diet?
Yeah, because we have vegetarians. We have people doing keto. Some people just eat a lot lighter during the cleanse. They do like smoothies and soups and salads, just so they're hydrating a little bit more. That might be the only trouble that you might have a little bit on the cleanse, is a little bit of constipation.
Really?
Because you're taking some stuff and it's, trying to eat up stuff and move it out of your body and clean it. So if you're not a good hydrator, which 50% of people or more are not good hydrators. You want to take half your body weight in ounces in water, and it doesn't hurt to drink a little bit more even when you're doing a cleanse.
Oh, that's good to know.
So that's usually one of the, we don't have very many people have side effects on it, but once in a while you can get people. And so when they say constipation, it's usually lack of hydration.
What if they have diarrhea or gas or anything of that sort, or any kind of stomach pain? Is that something that people have as a side effect?
Yeah, so usually it would be on the GX Assist because it has some oregano in there, which is a little spicy. So I always have people take just one at a time with some food, see how they feel on it. GX Assist doesn't do a single thing to me, but some people have more bowel movements on it. Not necessarily uncontrollable diarrhea or anything like that, but they're getting rid of more. Maybe a little bit of fatigue sometimes on people, where there again, up in your hydration can really help. And
that's good to know.
So anyway, it's just good to go through it all together and learn about the products. And I wish every single person in the United States knew about this cleanse, because they've been saying for a long time that 60 to 85% of our immune system and our health has to do with our gut.
So our intestinal tract.
And I was talking about a lot of people my age, I'm 57 and older, we know who Chris Christopherson is. So I don't know if you know who he is. Chris Christopherson.
I remember that old guy. No. He's awesome. I know him. Yeah.
So he actually was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And has been suffering. His family's been taking care of him. And a couple years ago, they figured out he had Lyme.
Yes.
And he got treated for Lyme, and he's had a complete recovery from Alzheimer's.
It's amazing.
So think about that with inflammation on the brain and gut and microbes. And so my point in bringing that up, see, is we want to naturally work on what's called our microbiome and our flora. So we can do that with the use of the probiotics. But doTERRA's probiotic has some prebiotic in there, which feeds the probiotic. But that GXSS and learning how to take it and helping your liver with this endocrine, I just really encourage people to get on the page and do it together.
Yeah. So now, Susie made a comment, said she's heard different people say, doctors say, start your day with warm, hot water and lemon. So what do you think? Do you think that's a good thing to do?
Yeah, lemon is very high in some enzyme that's very high in choline, which is really good for helping your liver make bile and lubricating the liver.
Lemon oil or lemon juice?
The lemon, fresh lemon juice. Fresh squeezed lemon is very good. So I like to make warm tea in the morning with lemon and ginger. And doTERRA has an incredible turmeric product that we might not want to go into that too much here, but
you can go ahead. Tell us.
Yeah, so they've got a gel cap now. We just taught a class on this recently. The turmeric gel cap has the powder in there of turmeric, and doTERRA tests their turmeric, which you don't know if they tested at the grocery store.
Right.
And doTERRA actually checks for metal poisoning and lead and stuff.
That's a problem.
And then it has a turmeric oil. So I saw a study that hasn't been released yet. Dr. Riggs came and spoke about it at an event I was at.
Tell us.
And they showed that combining doTERRA's turmeric oil with the powder increases your absorption by like 11 times.
Right, and it's increasing the absorption of the curcuminoids. That's when you hear about turmeric powder and how it's amazing for inflammation, all kinds of diseases. It's because of this curcuminoids that's in the powder, but it's hard for the body to absorb it. So this essential oil has just naturally occurring tumorones that are in the oil, but it helps the absorption of the curcuminoids into our bodies, and so we can get the benefits, and that's so significant.
Think about inflammation of the brain. You don't want to have inflammation of the brain. So turmeric, we also think of as the fountain of youth for the brain.
We're in a big house with lots of people, so it's very fun. We just asked them to turn it down for it. Go ahead, say that last part.
Think of it as the fountain of youth for your brain, turmeric.
So fountain of youth for your brain.
Yes.
And what
so we want to fight off inflammation.
Inflammation, yes.
Because in the book, The Great Brain, if you've ever read that book, a neurologist wrote that. He says we have diabetes 3, and that is Alzheimer's.
Diabetes 3 is Alzheimer's?
If you read that book, Brain, I thought, diabetes 3, what's he talking about? And he said, that's inflammation of the brain.
Okay.
And he teaches it's from how toxic our brain is nowadays. Not so much that everybody's all of a sudden allergic to gluten, but we have so much glyphosate, which is Roundup and pesticides. And our brain has changed so much just the last 20 to 40 years. But anyway, he talks about you want to fight inflammation in the brain. So you want to have a healthy gut.
Okay. So interestingly enough, when we talk about antibiotic usage, we were talking about it at our seminars today or a couple days ago, and we had a big discussion at dinner because one thing I didn't realize is that talking about antibiotic usage, I was on antibiotics every year my whole life, and I've had IBS symptoms. I have a lot of issues, and since starting with doTERRA, I have needed antibiotics, but I've been able to manage it and within a couple of days deal with it naturally before I needed to. Although I'm glad I have medical care, I'm thankful that I've had natural solutions that have worked. So that being said, with antibiotic usage, what does that do to our body, or our microbiome, or even our liver that I was learning about this time?
Yeah, we were talking about that at lunch, where we yesterday.
Or dinner, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that all of your antibiotics, they kill everything, the good and the bad, and essential oils don't do that. So a lot of people know about replacing that flora, putting the probiotics back in there. But it's nice to take some stress off the digestive system with the digestive enzymes.
Oh, the digestive enzymes.
And they help your liver because all antibiotics have fluoride in them and metals and other harmful things. And especially once that liver gets overwhelmed, especially with how many chemicals and the endocrine disruptors and estrogen dominance and all this. So anytime you can help your gut and your liver clean, even just cleaning the liver, it needs to be able to come through, your bowel and get out of your body. But cleaning your gut and your liver together, think what that's going to do. That's going to take pressure off your liver. And so the whole way the cleanse works together is just really beautiful.
Yeah, so let me just take 1 minute then. If anyone has a question really quick, you go ahead and please drop it below while she's here. I'm only having couple more days with her, and she's amazing. So anyway, the thing I was going to say is when you do a doTERRA cleanse, there's a basic part of it. It's the Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is 3 parts, which she mentioned today. It's your vitamin mineral, it's your omega, and it's your alpha CRS, also known as can't remember stuff. No, that's a joke. So it's actually a cellular renewal system, and it has everything to help lower inflammation in our body, because chronic inflammation is the root cause of a lot of issues and health conditions in our country or in our world. And so that's why it's really important to think about inflammation like she's talking about.
And it has some essential oils in there like frankincense and
Clove.
It's really working too to help you actually use your minerals.
What?
And then of course the essential fatty acids.
So what do you mean by uses your minerals? Tell me more about that.
Like your vitamins actually help you use some of your minerals. So
help you absorb it?
The minerals are from a food base.
Yes.
That's another thing that's very important. A lot of vitamins that you buy at the store, even a good store, can be synthetic. You don't know if they're pure. You don't know if they're tested. You don't know if you're getting literally, like you could be eating dirt and rock and ore in your minerals. You want a food-based minerals.
That's very true, and I really appreciate about doTERRA. So that's the thing that we all should be on our page in this group, Special Oil Society, if we're dealing with mood issues, or for me, mood and hormones. For somebody else, a lot of people in our group have more aches and pains, or just what other people do you like vitality?
Well, look at the lady we went to lunch with today.
Oh yes,
Tania.
I have to share her story.
We can put her story on the page, but she was going to probably spend the rest of her life in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And she has 2 sets of twins. One set was 3, the other set was a year old when she found out she had this connective tissue disorder, and then she has an older son. But they were actually fitting her house for a wheelchair, ramps, everything. Her husband was going to have to hire someone to come and take care of her and all the children. And she found out the Lifelong Vitality Pack has 30-day money-back guarantee.
30 days, money back.
She thought, well, what do I have to lose?
Use the whole box and you can return it.
And within 30 days, she was already off almost all of her pain relievers. And anyway, she's here walking around with us, isn't
she? Yeah, she is.
She's staying in a room where she has to climb 3 flights of stairs to get into her room.
And before, it would take her all day to go down 2 stairs, just 2 stairs. Yeah. Like she couldn't do it. And so, I mean, she's amazing. She and I have become buddies, and like I'm the shortest person there, and she's probably the tallest person there.
Yeah, she's a platinum.
And so she's really, really great. And she's from Kentucky?
Kansas.
Somewhere. Okay.
Yes,
and I'll take a picture and I'll put her in the group and I'll share her story. But Lifelong Vitality was very important to her. So I want to let you know, with the cleanse, they don't want you to be overwhelmed. It's digestive enzymes, it's the probiotic, and it's the Lifelong Vitality is the core part. And then for the rest of the month, you're going to have that Zendocrine, that white bottle with the orange label, the whole month long. And in the middle, for just 10 days, you're going to have a GX Assist to kind of clean out that bad bacteria. And then the last 10 days, you add that DDR Prime and a probiotic to finish out the cleanse. So it's 10 days, 10 days, and 10 days. So for 30 days, you reset. And I didn't know this, but in their team, tell us why I always thought you just do once every quarter or even just twice a year or once a year. But tell us what you do. You do it like 3 months in a row. Tell us.
Yeah, so it's really designed. You could do it year round even if you wanted to. But a lot of people like to do it just the first of the year in January. But people with chronic conditions, like people specifically with like eczema and psoriasis and skin issues, we have them take that a little bit longer. You know, so let's say you go see a naturopath doctor or someone that is familiar with using natural methods. If we do a parasite cleanse, we do it for 8 weeks solid every single day. If you do a candida cleanse, we do it for a good 12 weeks. So what I like about doTERRA's cleanse is you're only taking that GX Assist for 10 days. And then you're taking a break. And so it's a very gentle cleanse. People don't get into much trouble with it. Literally throughout the years, I had a lady take some stuff called black walnut tincture one time. A lot of people take that for parasites or something. She took it and then came in and had blisters all over her mouth and the roof of her mouth and all over her
doTERRA
tongue.
doesn't sell that. doTERRA.
That's right. That's not doTERRA. But my point is people go to the health food store and they buy cleanses.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have tons of diarrhea, they get rashes, they're throwing up.
Ugh.
This doTERRA cleanse is not like that.
Not like that, no.
Gentle.
Yes.
Very effective.
So sometimes I've heard, I'm not sure if it was your team, that they do it 3 months in a row for just like, especially for, what about autoimmune diseases? What do you think about that?
Yeah, autoimmune is good, but especially digestive issues, skin issues.
How about IBS?
Learning stuff, irritable bowel. Yeah, people want to.
Learning stuff? Tell me more about that. Tell me more.
So one of my kids, I got him when he was 4. Sounds like I'm getting a puppy.
She got a boy.
One of my kids, I got him when he was 4, and he had about everything wrong that you can think of that a kid with fetal alcohol syndrome would have.
Fetal alcohol, okay.
Eye trouble, kidney trouble, digestive trouble, obsessive compulsive, and so we worked on his gut health.
Okay.
And now, in fact, recently, this last year, he's 14. He's got some very serious learning disabilities, like he can't hardly read, he can't hardly write.
Okay.
And we had him just start dumping copaiba down his mouth. And he's now reading like 5 books a week. I'm talking big 800 pounds, we're tired, 800 pages, books and stuff. And he's just a brilliant little boy. Writing poetry and typing on.
And what were you doing again for him to say? Like
so we did all the gut health on him for years. So I started him on doTERRA when he was 5.
When he was 5.
So we did Terrazyme probiotic, a tiny little bit of GX Assist, definitely Digest Zen we used on him, and the kids' liquid fish oil. So he's just been getting healthier and healthier. He had severe food allergies, throwing up all the time. All that's completely gone.
Wow.
We should have him do a video sometime.
You should.
He's hysterical.
Oh, I would love to hear from him. That's amazing.
Hysterical. So now, so basically after getting his digestion working, how much it's helping his brain. But fetal alcohol syndrome is supposed to be permanent brain damage. And I've read some stuff from French doctors and stuff. No, you can remap the brain. You can have a better maternal connection. There's a lot of things you could do. But we've had a real miracle on the copaiba. But I really believe it's from all those years of doing the digestive enzymes with him and DigestZen.
So resetting his microbiome, because we know there's a gut-brain connection, lowering inflammation in the body. And then the copaiba is really known for the for a couple of things, lowering inflammation. And why do you think that's helpful? Just curious if you have a hunch about why that was helpful to him.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that we can get cannabinoids from other things besides marijuana. Okay, we have a cannabinoid
endocannabinoid.
Inside our body we have a whole system for receptor sites and everything. So doTERRA uses 4 different species of a tree down in Brazil, and they make this oil, and what's really great about it has no THC in there. So no one ever has to worry about not passing a drug test or it's just clean, it's pure, it's potent. You don't know that for sure I'm not against hemp products. I'm not against people doing CBD oil, so don't take what I'm saying incorrectly. But I would rather not give my child that unless he had seizures or something like that, which is, a lot of research on that. But I don't want to give him anything that's not tested for purity and potency. So that's what I liked about doTERRA, is tested for the purity and potency. So it's very good for the liver. And so think of a little child, if you're in utero and the mother's drinking alcohol. They're getting the mom's stress hormones. They're getting the problems with the alcohol. And so basically just cleaning his receptor sites is incredible for your brain. So it's unbelievable for your brain. So I started taking it at nighttime, the gel caps.
The copaiba comes in a gel cap?
And it was kind of a fluke. I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I'd walk around all day. And then I get back in my room, dang, I need to take my copaiba. Oh, I'm out of my oil. Oh, I got some soft gels on me. So I started taking soft gels at night. And I sleep okay, but I started sleeping so extra good. I thought it was the exercise, and I thought it was Santa Fe. No, because when I didn't take the gel caps, I didn't sleep that deeply. So as you know, sleep is a healer. The deeper we get sleeping and so forth too. So Anyway, we don't
Yeah.
probably want to get too far off track.
No, but it was so fascinating. Thank you. And I have to tell you, everyone, you'll just tell you all the TMI stuff. I'm going to be honest. You always know I tell you the truth. I have IBS. And when I talked with my doctor about the cleanse, and they said, "Oh, when do you feel? When did those symptoms happen?" I was like, "Well, I had it my whole life. I think because of my antibiotic use my entire life, multiple times a year." And I said, well, I can tell you when I felt better. I was like, last time I did this Doterra Cleanse, this was a couple years ago, like, I didn't have any more symptoms anymore. So they're like, why don't you just go back and do that? And so my gastrointestinal, I just want to make sure everything was fine. She did all the blood work. You're fine. Go back and do your cleanse. So I went to my primary care. I'm like, okay, I had a little bit of pain. You have a little bit of hernia from having babies. You're fine. Do your cleanse. And so they both told me, both my primary care, those are not natural doctors at all, but both have said if those symptoms can go away with cleaning that out and is gentle, go ahead and do it. So I'm looking forward to doing the cleanse starting on Monday, and I really hope you do. 2 of my girls are going to do it with me. They've asked me because they want to kind of reset their biome too after eating all this heavy food at Christmas time. I think it's a great thing. And if you don't have all of that stuff, you can still get it.
Learn.
And you know what? I just remember there's this thing called the Daily Habits Kit that's on sale right now this month, and they just like kind of it's down to $146 or $148. It's usually like $185, and you guys can get that and then add the Zentergrin complex, add the turmeric duos, add the DDR prime,
and not to mention it's not the 15th yet, so they can get the Hanoki oil.
Hanoki oil
that comes from Japan. We can't even buy that one.
What do you like to use it for?
I don't even know really how to use it yet. I'm just excited about getting an oil I've never had.
Well, I have it. Okay, it was a gift from Susan Davidson, and I love it. I keep it in my bathroom drawer and I pull it out and I smell it. And I mix it with petitgrain, or I'll mix it with a citrus oil, and it smells heavenly in my diffuser. And whenever I'm really going through a really stressful time, I'll pull it out and I'll use it. I'll rub it on my neck and I'll put a drop in my diffuser. And I just kept one drop. It's like making that last forever. So I'm so excited to get a second one. So I just want to let everyone know you can still order everything you need for the cleanse. If you ordered on a loyalty rewards program, you get all of your shipping back. So you could do overnight shipping. It may not come by Monday, but you get all that shipping back to you as free product credits to use next month. And so it's a great thing. And I just want to encourage you. You do need a few products. And so I put the cleanse book in there, but comment below and I'll be glad to send you a quick list or talk with you to help you to make it very clear. And I hope you can join us on Monday.
And I peeked at your page.
Yeah.
Your page is very organized. It looks really nice.
It's Jen Fry's group, and so she has it in units, and it's an ebook, and there's a recipes, and there's like optional things like dry brushing and oil pulling. So if you're interested in those things too, those are really wonderful accompaniments, but they're not necessary. They're just encouraging you just to have a natural lifestyle.
Yeah, because there's free things we could do. Oil pulling doesn't cost you much.
No, but
skin brushing helps your lymphatic system.
Does it? Do you do that? You like that? Okay. Well, maybe we'll do that later, but maybe not together. Right. Okay. All right. Bye. Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll be seeing you in the next couple of days, and I can throw her questions to you. All right. Thank you.